Hello again, and welcome to the Digital Electronic World Point Report with your hostess, Margarita. I wanted to add an addendum to my series on education. You know, it is really important to clarify what some of my comments are. Sometimes I say things that are metaphors. And it occurs to me that not everyone has grown up with studies on metaphors or analogies. And so I should really clarify more often. But specifically when I said that we and my family had broken through and shattered the glass ceiling and broken through the cement floor, what that meant in regards to education, particularly generationally. We as Koreos within our family structure did that specifically in this manner. Let me explain. We were the first Latino family to send 4 students from the same family in the 1970s to Princeton University. And the 4 of my siblings that went to Princeton were of a generation where this had never occurred. Now, of course, there have been families that have been legacies that have gone to study at Princeton University. Please do not misunderstand me. But what I am talking about is of the same generation. And that was a unique honor and a unique perspective. And this is why it's important to note. I wasn't exaggerating the point. We were honored as a family. My mother was honored as a woman, as a mother, in 1976 for sending my brother. He was the first to go to studies at Princeton in 1976. She was honored as Mother of the Year. And then in the mid-1990s, she was honored again, because by then she was well into an understanding of what all 10 of us had done. So it wasn't just the fact that the 4 children had gone to Princeton, it also was that I also had gone to university. I went to UC Santa Barbara, as I said earlier, and then other siblings had studied at 2-year colleges. And so it was the fact that there was an emphasis on post-secondary education and what it meant to someone such as my mother and her focus on education, particularly given the fact that she had not had a K through 12 education. Not to put a focus on the fact that she didn't have any K through 12 education, but the fact that she had not had that opportunity within her generation. And this is why when I said that, I wasn't exaggerating. I was simply stating truth. And insofar as when I was talking about what it meant to have gone to UC Santa Barbara, it was challenging. Having graduated with a degree in political science, with an emphasis in international relations and a minor in global peace and security, it wasn't easy whatsoever to have gone on to those studies. Now, I'm not saying I was perfect at all in my education. I didn't get a 4.0, but I struggled and I made sure that I graduated. I did take a breather. I had medical concerns because as a child I had had many surgeries due to congenital deformities that I was born with, and many surgeries as a child growing up, osteo issues. And because of those surgeries getting more complicated as an adult, I took a semester off and I had surgery. I took a semester off from university. And, of course, I didn't want to lose my enthusiasm for studies, so I took 9 units of classes at a community college, Cabrillo College. And those transferred. Those were transferable units at the time. And fortunately, it was fantastic because this way I did not lose my enthusiasm for school. And I continued my studies right away, picked up right where I left off. And yes, I graduated in 5 years, but I graduated. And that was what was fantastic about being able to not lose enthusiasm. But I did take on, not only because I had the responsibility of continuing my education, I took on loans because I had already expended my scholarship and all of my financial aid. I took on loans, so I graduated with approximately $35,000 worth of loans. So it took me years to pay those off, and I did pay them off myself. And so the financial responsibility is not beyond my knowledge of what it was to accomplish that, seeing it through to its end. Having said that, I still, and this is why I say I still do not regret the fact that I chose the University of California, Santa Barbara with its financial responsibilities as opposed to the full scholarship at the University of California, Santa Cruz. Because although it would have been easier financially, I realized I needed the certainty of growth in knowledge to be able to continue my studies. And that is what it was. And choice is important. I hope that clarification helps somewhat. From the Dew Point Report, your hostess, Margarita.